Welcome to our series, Moving America Forward. Each week we'll be focusing on America's entrepreneurs as they take us to new roads, new opportunities, new ways to fill the gaps left by today's failing companies. Our series will be looking at that and a lot more. So come with me and watch as the entrepreneurs of our nation move into the future. I'm William Shatner, and you're watching Moving America Forward.
And I'm Doug Llewelyn here in our studios in Los Angeles with our guest today. I'd like you to meet the representatives who are with us today. First on my left, Ron Giannone, who is a senior associate. He's located in Sacramento. On his left, Rich Smith, another associate headquartered in Sacramento. And on his left is Gary Anderson, an associate who's located in Reno, Nevada. Gentlemen, welcome. Nice to have you with us.
Good to be here.
Ron, let me point out, a little while ago you had a chance to chat with William Shatner and ask her a question or a few. Let's take a quick look at some of that and see how it went. Then we'll continue.
It's not easy to succeed in today's competitive world. Describe for me, briefly, what it is you do and why you think you've been successful. And does that have anything to do with moving America forward?
Mr. Shatner, our success has everything to do with moving America forward. The biggest issue in our country today is our failing economy. What we do is help to improve that economy by providing businesses with one asset that can jumpstart a company and help to succeed, and that asset is called capital. And that, Mr. Shatner, is how we are moving America forward.
You know, that's very interesting, Ron. What you told William Shatner, in effect, is that you help companies really find one of the most critical things that they need to stay in business these days and to function, and that is find capital. Why are companies finding it so difficult to get money these days?
Well, as you know, Doug, in the last 3 to 5 years, there's been a crisis in the banking industry. And this has opened the door wide to assist businesses across America. And this is how we're helping them move America forward.
Well, the question is, how do you go about doing it? And the other thing is, what I'm looking for is why are companies finding it so hard to get money? Banks aren't doing it? They can't get it from banks, the normal sources?
Well, that's a good question, and that's the truth. I mean, there are a lot of banks out there, many of which don't have the funds to lend because they're short of capital because of the crisis with the housing industry. And as you know, many families are losing their homes, and there's hundreds of billions of dollars in foreclosure today. So without those funds, they can't lend that readily. We have private equity funds that we could loan to corporate America and the little businesses out there. So
you have funds of that size available. Let me turn to you and explain to me how you work. How does your organization actually function?
The process is actually very simple. Finding out what is their need, how can we help them grow. We talk things over, and then once we realize this may be a fit, we can continue the process where we end up actually going to a fund manager that will look them over, and it's kind of like a step process until finally the loan is identified, and the fund manager says, we're going to go out, we're going to find the money. That's how the small or medium-sized business ends up with their funds.
Who makes the actual decision on whether a client's going to get the money that they need, that they're asking for?
Everyone specializes. One is very interested in doing assisted living. One is very interested in doing apartment complexes. So anything over 5 units puts us into commercial instead of residential. We're not in the residential market at all. We're 100% commercial.
Let me add a point too, Doug. This isn't always loans that we do. Oftentimes we do joint ventures where private equity comes in and says, okay, here's the $100 million you need. We want a piece of the action, so to speak.
Right.
Our fund managers put together the investor and the people who need the funds.
Are you fund managers yourself? Your associates.
No, associates.
Yeah, we are not.
But you go to the fund managers that are interested in that particular industry, so to speak. What are the first steps that you actually go through with a client when you go to see them? What happens?
Well, it's a step-by-step, simple process in that where are they, what happened in the past. A lot of things have happened in the last 3 to 5 years. So we have ways to help them. You know, a lot of doctors, a lot of dentists have their practices and they're sole proprietors. And we show them, in addition to getting their loan, how to incorporate their entities properly to get them from an 8.9 or 8.7% loan down to a 5.25%, 6.5% by going commercial. And that's what we do.
That's very. You go extensively into the background of the companies? Is that what you do? Or is that what the fund manager would do?
The fund manager takes our paperwork and rechecks verbally on the phone. We deal directly with the fund manager, so therefore the lender and our client, Mr. Business Owner, talks directly to the fund manager.
The person with the money.
The person with the money. So we do a direct relationship. We sign a non-disclosure because you're going to learn our sources.
Of course.
So we have that little simple contract, and everything else you're dealing directly. We're on the line sometimes, but we're absolutely mute and go forward from there.
The sky really is the limit here. If somebody really has the need and it's valid and worthwhile.
Our minimum commercial loan is $100,000.
Okay.
And no upper limit.
What do you think it is that sets your operation apart from other companies that are in this field?
That's a good question, Doug. I think it's because we are the best, and we'll go the extra mile to help people who are in need.
One thing we do have, we're very large in funding nonprofit organizations and churches and synagogues and that nature. And right now, we have funds available for those types of institutions for 3%.
That's dirt cheap.
Dirt cheap. Yeah. So we are here to help.
Gentlemen, it's a fascinating story. Thank you very much for stopping by to tell us about it.
Thank you for asking.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for asking.
This organization represents companies across our great nation that embody the spirit, dedication, know-how, and can-do attitude which has made America the great nation it is today.
Ron, congratulations.
Thank you, Doug, and we proudly accept this, and we thank you, Mr. Shatner, and your entire crew.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it for another edition of Moving America Forward. I'm Bert Tenzer. Join us again as we continue to bring you the entrepreneurs who move America forward.
I'm William Shatner, and for all of us at Moving America Forward, thanks for watching.